Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, November 28th, 2025. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. I'm recording this actually on Wednesday afternoon, but nonetheless, I hope your Thanksgiving will be or was good, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. So let's just jump to the big picture. We are still above this 7-month channel top. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, almost 8 months. Yeah, I'm always like, is it 6? Is it 7? 7 or going to be 8 months pretty soon. So 394.29, meaningful channel bottom. We don't have it labeled, but you can see there's a channel top that is climbing and will over the next 3 or 4 weeks converge with 528.40. So really, it holding above 394.29, we're calling this kind of a 2 to 3 month target back to the channel top. And it will be converging with the much more significant 5-year structure at 528.40. So in a nutshell, you can buy the mid 390s, and provided we don't close below the 394.29 channel bottom, you can hold that long position if you're a 2 to 3 month kind of near-term investor into the 520s over the next 2 to 3 months. That is the big picture. Now, if we were to close below 394.29 today, that is the week itself, that's highly unlikely. But if for whatever reason we did, that would need to be by a 1% margin. Any line study that is of 6 months or longer in duration does deserve a 1% threshold. And if we close at 390.35 today, highly unlikely. But if we did, then just the opposite of what I just said. Over the next month or two, 311.20, which is a rising 2/3 speed line that will be converging over the next week or two with the 5/8 Fibonacci anyway around 315. So it is the low to mid 310s we would expect within 1 to 2 months. We could bounce here nicely, actually form a quarterly low and even round up. But because of the wild nature that Tesla has exhibited, since really, it's been about a year, actually, a little over a year. This was the fall of 24 with an incredible rally. We gave it all back. Now we've been in this sort of 7-8 month, more sort of rotational structure, but nonetheless, this is a pretty short period of time to climb to actually double, more than double in price from one extreme to the next. And so if we were to close below 394.29, this is the long way for me to say that you should then allow to the 203.88 formation as a possible, I'm going to say a 3 to 5 month possible objective. Within a month or two, we could bottom out at 311.20, get a nice bounce. But if within a week or two of testing it, we then close below it, the next 2 to 3 months should see 203.88. So I'll leave it to you whether you actually play the low 200 target with a settlement below 394.29, or you take it in stair-step, more reliable fashion, which is you anticipate the 310s, you take your profits, maybe you go long. If we close below it, you reverse it, go short down into the low 200 area. That's about as simple as that. So that is the downside now. I've covered the upside and the downside long term. This is an image of the daily chart. 396.12 is the same exact structure we find in the weekly at 394.29. And the 2 to 3 week time frame is bullish. This is the wrong chart. Here we go. Bullish above 396.12, still anticipating, as we have over the last almost 2 weeks, 453.80 as a 2 to 3 week target. And so if our timing is correct, we would close over the next day or two, possibly today, above 429.92. And then by the end of next week, we actually reach our 453.80 formation in about 3 weeks. 429.92 is a pivot point for 3 to 5 day swing traders. Also, of course, day traders. But 3 to 5 day swing traders can take profits at 429.92 after presumably buying the 380s, 390s over the last week or two. And if we close above 429.92, it is go long again for another 3 to 5 days or less to 453.80. At 453.80, we can top out for a week, possibly into later December, fall away perhaps back into the 390s and continue filling this wedge out for a number of 2 to 3 weeks following a test of 453.80. But, overall, we still hold to this 528.40 as a longer-term target, that 5-year channel top on the weekly chart I show again, not here, but here.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
And so, if we do happen to close above 453.80 over the next week or two, I think we're just another, say, 3 to 5 weeks. Where's the chart that I want to show? Another 3 to 5 weeks, I think you would agree with me, where we could push into the low 500s, 528.40, okay? So what is, I call a 2 to 3 month target, holding above this 394.29, could turn into more like a 1 to 2 month target if we happen to close over the next week or two above 453.80. On an intraday basis, pushing through or opening above 429.92 does signal 439.20, a 5/8 upside Fibonacci, but I do think closing above this structure at 429.92 does lend itself toward reaching 453.80 by the end of next week. Until then, testing 429.92, we could fall back to 396.12 within 3 to 5 days. There's another 3 to 5 day swing trade. But having come off of this significant channel twice now in 2 weeks, I think the emphasis still remains up. In terms of buying the market on strength, that is above 429.92. 3 to 5 days later, we should see 453.80. Downside, it almost doesn't need to be mentioned. We've got minor points, but if we were to close at 390.35 or lower, which is once again 1% below this threshold, we should see 366.20 as a 3 to 5 day target. That is a 3 to 5 day downside, but we're not going to see this today, so I don't want to waste too much of my breath. And overall, if we close once again below 396.12, on that daily chart, 394.29 on the weekly chart, and 390.35 is a 1% violation, then within a month, 2 at the most, 311.80 would be expected. I hope that all made sense. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. We put out a stock pick this week. It's a short week. We'll have a couple next week, as we do every week, with the exception of holiday weeks. We usually just throw one out there at you. And always looking for 3 to 5 week to 3 to 5 month moves that accomplish at least a 20% underlying return on that stock. So that is all I have. I'm going to leave it at that. You have a great weekend, and I will be back Sunday with Monday's Tesla.